What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back with another daily trade review. We are getting this one out the way extremely early today. It is 11 a.m. market time, and we are done. We are done. We have made what we wanted to make today, and we are packing it up. So I figured if I'm gonna be done, I might as well go and spend a few minutes and get this one out of the way. So let's go ahead and talk about today. Today was good, today was solid, and today was green. And we will go ahead and bring up the thumbnail watch list. Very thin watch list today as far as option plays go. We had shop on the watch list, and let's see, my charts have moved now since the market is moving. Let's bring that all the way back over. Missed a real good trade on shop right here as this thing broke this level here off of the VWAP failing. That is wicked. That is a $10 move that we missed with ease. Look at the ease that that thing just dropped. But we missed that one. We were kind of monitoring a SPY trade that we were in. Got the Qs. Again, I have actually taken the Qs off of my watch list where I used to be able to just click it and drop it over on the charts. This here is solely on the watch list for just to compare it to other stocks that's trading in the NASDAQ. Don't plan on taking any call or option trades on this real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this 1 sec. Be right back because FedEx has just pulled up on the camera. All right, we are back. We are back. Dropped off a nice package. I would show it, but or somebody that may watch these videos, so I'm gonna hold off. But where were we? We were talking about the Qs. Don't plan on doing anything with the Qs just because I don't like the action on it. Pretty much how BA is. You know, you just have some stocks that, for whatever reason, they just seem to get the best of you at times. And the Q is one of those. I had the SPY on the chart. On the list as always. We took the trade on the SPY. And look at what that thing did and continues to do. Finally kind of rolling back over. And then we had these here on the watch list for stock plays. AERC, nothing. RDBX, nothing. ADN, nothing. And we come over here to SIDU. And we see SIDU gapped up pretty good. Kind of curled under the VWAP, made this pop. And then it did this right here. We'll go ahead and look at this one after we review the SPY trades that we took in a small account, because we did take a trade on SIDU. Solid trade, very solid trade. But let's go ahead. Let's bring up Tradervue. Let's bring Tradervue up. And we see today, June 16th, Thursday, we took 2 trades. Closed P&L in the green. 106. Solid. Decent. First trade, $8. Small trade. That actually was a good trade that we got out of a little earlier than we should have. Been a common occurrence lately on these ones that we get out of early and they just work. And when I say they work, they work. So need to do better. I've been kind of fiddling around with my exit strategies on trades. As a new trader, they always say that you just need to do like a 2-to-1, all or nothing. Meaning when you get in a trade, it's either going to stop you out at your target or it's going to hit your goal of 2-to-1 on your money. I've been kind of playing around with that because the market has been a little finicky lately. And usually if it gets halfway decent into the money, I'll move my stop up to break even. This one was somewhat that, and it was also, it just wasn't moving the way I needed it to move. And that was due to me picking a contract where the delta wasn't where I like the delta to be at. So that was that one. Second trade, solid, 98 bucks. That one did exactly what we wanted it to do. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up the charts. Get the charts pulled up. And look at the SPY. That's nice. That's what you want to see. You want to see solid downtrends. Even though these pullbacks are a little higher than you would usually like to see, they're coming up to the key area and then failing. So that's what you like to see. But let's look at this first trade that we took. This one we got in at 934. So let's see where 934 is at on our charts. Bam, right there. We'll go ahead. Let's see where we got out at 942. And then we can discuss it. So 942. All right. So we see that the SPY opened and it made a move above the VWAP and it failed. And it failed with a nice top and tail. Nice top and tail, decent volume. And we got in once it got below this candle. I'm not going to say my entry was right there, but that would have been the perfect entry. When I'm trading stock, my entries are precise. If I have a number, that's where I'm getting into it. On options, get a little slippage. So I put the arrow there, but I'm almost 100% positive that's not where I got in at. Possibly could have got in down here somewhere. Same thing on exits. This is just an area letting you know on the candle where I was getting in at. But nonetheless, we got in. Stop would be back up here. High of that candle, high of the previous candle. And we see that this thing never looked back. And in that move from there to there, we only made $8 on that trade. Let's go to the bottom of this candle. That's 369.38. Let's come down to here. That's 368.66. That's almost a dollar move. So on a 0.25 delta, 2 contracts, that should have been $50. That should have been $50. But again, based on the entry, we possibly could have got in right here and got out right there. That looks more about what the move would have been. But let's look at these numbers. And if we just would have went 2-to-1, if we would have traded this 2-to-1, stop being where it's supposed to be at. We paid $185 for this contract. We bought 2 of them. We sold them for $189. That gives us $4 each. We made $8. Right now, that contract is trading at $259. It's trading at $259. Let's take a peek at the actual contract chart. So we got in 934, and actually this is going to tell us exactly where we got in at, which is good on these. We got in this one 934. So let's come over here to these candles here. 934, and we paid 185. Bam. We got in that candle right there. So not down here where we wanted to get in at. We got out at 942, and we sold for 189. So 942 is this candle. We sold for 189 as it came back to the VWAP. That's the distance right there. But even still, let's look at that. 185, it had a high of 216. A high of 216. Why didn't we get out here? But again, even still, had we just stayed in the trade, we see that this never would have came down to the low. And we see this thing had made a high of 303. And right now, like I said, it's trading at 253. So 2 to 1, all or nothing would have paid on this trade right here. It would have paid. And even still, getting in at 185, this thing hit a high of, let's say, 215. That's 30 cents. That's 60 bucks. Why did we not get out? Why did we not have our target set? And you know why? It's because we've been trying to squeeze more out of these trades lately when they do go. So instead of putting the target at 50, target might have been at like 75. And I was not watching this trade at that time to see that we were missing out on a good trade. So that was our first trade. That was the first trade. But as always, there's more trades out there that we can take. So we kept our eye on the SPY. And next one, we got in 950. Let's see where 950. I'm going to drop it on this candle again. That's 950. And we got out at 1009. 1009. Let's see where 1009 is. As this green candle is coming back up. So again, this is a solid trade. I like this. SPY came down. It pulled back up to VWAP. Left a nice little top and tail. We want to get in when it breaks this. Again, as we just saw when we look at the actual options chart, we possibly were getting in late down here. Like I said, options, my entries have not been precise. Not as precise as they are on stock trades, which you'll see on SIDU. But solid trade, solid trade. This thing came back up, stopped us out. We're up 4 to 1 on our money at that point. But we got out of that one at 370. It's came back up now and it's at 380. Let's look at the high that this one has made. 502. 502 is where it hit the high at. So like I said, you can kind of see the potency in option plays because we're paying 300 bucks. We paid 300 for this contract. Found one with a more suitable delta is what we did on this one. And we took advantage of it. And that was it. Those were our trades for the small account today. But like I said, I want to look at SIDU real quick. This was SIDU's chart. I will say, looking at this huge top and tail was ugly. That was ugly on the chart. And you had just this one little one right here. But, and I'll remove this line real quick just so we can see it. But I started looking at this over here, saying if this holds the VWAP, I want to get in when it breaks the high of this candle, which was 785. So I just continued to watch this, and I put an order in like right here. Me and Evan were chatting it up, and I put an order in right here. Told him 785 is a good entry, and I was looking at a 50-cent stop. So a 50-cent stop on this right here. And I just had my order in, went to looking for some other ideas, and it triggered me in. And once it triggered me in, I was like, oh, I'm in this trade. And look at what this thing did. Look at what that thing did. Excellent move. Excellent move. We got in, let's see, got in at 1010, 785. So again, like I said, we can come over here, and that's the beauty of doing it on the actual chart, because you can see right where you got in at. So 785, we're going to click 786 because it's playing around for me. But that's where we got in. It's precise, right where you want to get in at. We stopped out of this at 1021, and I did say stop out. 1021, let's see where 1021 is right there. We stopped out $9. Right. We'll put it at 9, at 8.99. So that was the move. And we see what it did. And the reason that I got out of this, as always, kind of just chasing my stop up as I was locking in profit. And when this thing popped up to 922, I set my stop at $9 because I said if it does not hold $9, it's coming back down. That was my thought. That was my thought. And look at what it did. Next candle kind of dropped a little bit. This candle flushed down and it halted. Flushed down and it halted. I think it was a 5-minute halt. I thought that it was going to open and just tank again, but it opened and it held the VWAP, and then I came down and I looked at the volume. Look at the volume that was on that candle. That huge red candle had very little volume in it. So it's not like a lot of people sold. It just, I guess, was the momentum at which they sold it at that halted it. And we see now it's just been chopping back along VWAP. This thing will possibly break back higher again if it's some shorts that's still up in there and they get kind of scared. Definitely if it can break 860. This thing can break 860, guaranteed it's probably going to push back up. And look at the strength in these candles right now. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minute is strong. Even after this top and tail, the 15 minute is strong. Let's see. Yep. Let's drop a line right there. That's right about where that 860 is. No, that's 840 there. But I think if it gets back up to 860, it's probably going to take off running again. But I am done. I'm done. Solid day. That trade there was 200 shares. We made $230 on that quick little trade. But hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down, and we will be back at it again tomorrow, Friday. All right. Oh, look at that thing. See, this is why I like. It's just interesting, and then the technical side of it is just so interesting. That was a nice level, and it busted through it. So now it'll need to hold that level, come up to 860, test and hold that level, and this thing will be back over $9. So if y'all out there trading, lock it down, lock those profits down as this thing is moving. But I am done. Peace.